What is going on, YouTube? And bam, I just had some yogurt. My bad, y'all. What's going on, YouTube and Instagram? Man, it is finally week one. 2025. Watch the Commander season is now in full effect. Man, we had a long off season. We had a lot of things going on, man. But I'm ready for the season to start. I will be live in effect for the season opener against the Giants this upcoming Sunday. Man, I cannot wait. It's going to be loud. I think we are introducing Santana Moss into the Ring of Honor, right? I think that's going on this Sunday. Art Monk is later in the year when we wear the Super Bowl era jerseys. But man, we are getting it going. We are starting it off this week against the Giants. And I want to talk about the defense, man. I came to talk about the defense and what this year is the key word for me is expectations this year. The key word is expectations because we actually finally have expectations for the first time in my life, because we ain't never really had expectations going into a season, not like this. So I want to talk about the expectations of the defense. Coming into last season, we had Dan Quinn. We still have Dan Quinn as our head coach, but Dan Quinn coming into last season, he's a defensive minded head coach. He specializes in turnovers. You know what I'm saying? He plays physical downhill, defense. We expected, well, at least I expected. Got to speak for myself. I expected us to play a lot better than we did defensively last season, right? So with that being said, we just didn't play as well defensively as we did. We were around 19th ranked defense, 20th ranked defense last season. And anybody on defensive coaching staff would tell you that's not what they want, right? So going into the second season of Dan Quinn's head coach, Joe Witt Jr. as defensive coordinator, we saw the splashes that we made this offseason. We brought in Javon Kinlaw. We brought in an injured Marshawn Lattimore last season, midway, the later half of the season. Now he's fully healthy coming into 2025. We drafted Trey Amos. We now can put Mikey Samerstill in his natural position, which is the slot. We brought in Von Miller. All these different additions, brings the question, how much better? Because we're going to be better. We're going to be a lot better than we were last season. Come on now. We don't have Benjamin St. Booty Juice back there. We don't have Pretzel Sticks Legs back there. Can't remember his name, but that's just going to be his name for right now. And we don't have Michael Davis back there. We're not trotting out those defenders back there as cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? We're not trotting those type of guys out there this season. We got totally different people. So it's just going to be interesting to see how much better we're going to be. So I want to go over position group by position group defensively, just to talk about why I think our defense is going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people talking about Jaden Daniels and the offense and Deebo Samuel, Larry Tunsil, but our defense ain't getting enough love. It's not getting enough love. They still don't believe in the defense. And I'm here to tell y'all that I think AP and this coaching staff has done enough. I think they've done enough for us to be successful this season and possibly make it to the Super Bowl. So first I want to go over the defensive line. And the first player I want to talk about is Javon Kinlaw. It's Javon Kinlaw, man. He played with the Jets last season. First of all, he started his career as the 49ers. Hasn't really, lived up to his first round 14th overall pick that he was in 2020. Hasn't really lived up to that hype yet. He was injury ridden in his first few years of the 49ers. I think he tore his ACL as well. Played very average to solid. He was solid last season for the Jets. This is his last season stats. 40 overall tackles, 27 solo, 13 assists, 4.5 sacks. I guess they got run stuffs on here. 8 run stuffs. 2 forced fumbles and 1 fumble recovery. Let's be real, we bought him in here because we got to play the Eagles up the road. Big body, we could put him on the edge, set the edge, put him in the middle, stop the run up the middle. That's why he's here. He's big, he's here to take up space, and he's here to block bodies from moving past the line of scrimmage at the end of the day. That's why he's here. I think he's going to have a breakout season. I really do. It might not look like it on paper. He's not going to rack up sacks. He's not going to rack up as many tackles that you see a lot of guys, but he's going to be a difference maker. He's going to demand double teams. He's going to stop the run between the tackles and set the edge. That's what we brought him in here to do. And I really believe that. He's back with AP, he was part of the staff who initially drafted him. And anytime you hear Javon Kinlaw talk on any radio show or anytime a mic is in front of him, he sounds like he's happy to be here, and he's thankful that this staff took a chance on him and giving him that 3-year contract that they gave him. And this is where he's from. This is where he was born and grew up, Washington D.C. He's with his family. It seems like this is a dream come true, and I think he's really going to show it this season, especially with the defensive-minded head coach that we have in Dan Quinn. So that's one player that I really, really expect to take the next step this season. And Jerzon Newton. I want to talk about Jerzon Newton. I know when I see him play against the Patriots, now, granted, it's the preseason. I understand that. But that stunt he ran, it was Jerzon Newton and Jacob Martin, I think. That stunt was perfect. They ran a perfect stunt against the Patriots that first preseason game. But Jerzon Newton, I think, is going to flash like the Jerzon Newton that we drafted in second round of last year should have flashed before he had that surgery on both of his feet. But Jerzon Newton is going to look way different this season. And we need to listen, this defense is going to be crazy. We're gonna probably double the amount of turnovers we had last season because we actually have the personnel. And I think Jerzon Newton will probably end up being a starter. If not by the end of the season, the next season, because even if can't remember his name right now, but even if our D tackle, who's on the last year of his deal, damn, I gotta pull up his name. Deron Payne. God damn it. Couldn't think of his name. Even if Deron Payne plays well or really well this season, I just don't know if we're going to be bringing him back, to be honest. Even if he plays well. But if Jerzon Newton plays really good, we're definitely not bringing Deron Payne back. And I think he's going to play really good. I think he's going to fit really well with Javon Kinlaw, right next to Javon Kinlaw. I really do. I really 100% do. So we got Javon Kinlaw on the D-line taking the next step this season. And we got Jerzon Newton, I think, taking it up this season on that defensive line. And then we have these assassin. We brought the assassin in, Von Miller, third down demon, to come in on long third down, third and obvious passing situations. We brought Von Miller in to do his thing. He said he rolls up out of the bed in the morning and sacks the quarterback, and that's what we brought him in here to do, right? And I think he's gonna get straight to it. And I think this coaching staff is going to be very smart on when they put him in the game, how they use him. You saw how we used Zach Ertz last season with the vet days and days taken off. He played every game, all 20 games this last season. Not saying Zach Ertz is going to play all 20 games this season, but we did a good job in watching how that went. So I think they're going to do a very good job with nurturing Von Miller and putting him in the game when he's supposed to be in the game and making sure he's not overworking himself. Same with Bobby Wagner. Now, Bobby Wagner played 90-something% snaps last season, but at his ripe age, this coaching staff knows how to get the best out of these old guys. And I think Von Miller, we're going to get some good plays out of Von Miller this season. He's not going to play, 80, 70% of the snaps, but when he's out there, he's going to be super effective. So that's just the D line and how much they improved from last season. Now, moving on to the linebackers. We already know we got Bobby Wagner. We already know we got Frankie Louvu. I would love if they can, move down from that 90 something percent of the snaps they played in 2024. I would love to see them move down to, 85, 82% of the snaps. Jordan McGee has to be healthy. Now, if he's healthy, this linebacker group is going to be off the charts. It's going to be something that we didn't have last season. And Joe Witt Jr. alluded to this multiple times this offseason about talking about the packages that we had, in line for Jordan McGee. But the fact that he got injured and he wasn't out there for a majority of snaps last season, we just kind of had to scrap those things. Kane Madrano has been looking well as a coverage linebacker. So if those two can get out there and learn quickly on the fly, maybe we can see less snaps. Maybe Bobby Wagner at his right age, Frankie Louvu can move down to the edge more often and rush the quarterback a lot more because we feel comfortable with putting Jordan McGee in there. We feel comfortable putting Kane Madrano in there a few times as well. So just having Jordan McGee stay healthy is a big addition that we didn't have last season. Then you add Kane Madrano in there. I think our linebacker group also takes another step. Now, moving on to the cornerback group. This is the group that I think takes the biggest leap that we did take last year. I mean, the biggest leap that we took from last year, right? Last year, again, we had Emmanuel Pretzel Sticks Legs Forbes, Michael Davis, Benjamin Saint Booty Juice. That's who we had trotting out there week 1 against the Buccaneers. That's who we had. And Mikey Sanders still, but we had Mikey Sanders still moving. He had to be our savior at cornerback last year as a rookie because the other cornerbacks that we had just wasn't getting it done. We had to move him to the outside after we drafted him to play in the inside, right? This is who we have trotting out there week 1. A healthy Marshawn Lattimore. And I know we still kind of skeptical on Marshawn Lattimore, but he was nursing a hamstring injury last season, and we traded for him right before at the deadline, like the trade deadline. Like he only got a few games with us to end the season as he was injured, and when we drafted him, he missed the games. So he's coming into this season. He looks quicker. He's lighter on his feet. He's healthy, right? And he doesn't have to prove himself like he did coming in last season because he came in wanting to prove himself that he belonged and he wanted to prove himself that he could play. He doesn't have to do that. He got a full off season. He's gotten a full off season on that side. So we got Mikey on that side, and we drafted a stud in Trey Amos on the other side, right? Now, I'm a big fan of Trey Amos. If you go back to my old videos when we went over the draft process, I dove deep into his film and why we should draft him first round, right? Trey Amos is a prototypical corner. He's what you want. I don't know. I guess we did figure out why he fell to the second round because he had back issues or whatever that may be. But bro, dude is a dog. He gets his head around. He knows the key thing that I love about Trey Amos is that he knows how to find the ball. He knows where the ball is. He knows when it's thrown. He knows where the ball is in the air. And if he doesn't catch it, he's breaking it up. All right. He has enough speed. He's physical and he's long. He looks like a starting caliber cornerback in the league. And the third thing is that we can put Mikey Sanders still in his natural spot. We already know Mikey Sanders still is going to be a dog whether he play outside or inside. He's going to be a dog. He's going to be effective wherever we put him at. But I think he's more comfortable in the inside, right? So just off that alone, just the fact that we don't have to play the people that I just named from last season, we're going to be better going into 2025 at the cornerback position. That's just that alone. That's the biggest gap on this defense that we've taken from 2024 to 2025, right? And then moving on to our safeties. Quan Martin, man. Quan Martin is about to have a Pro Bowl season. I know if you really follow the team, you would probably be thinking the same thing. The way the coaches talk about Quan Martin, the plays that the way he played in the preseason, this preseason, the way he finished last season, that Lions game, in a few other games that he played to end the season off, you will understand why he's going to be probably the breakout player on this defense. Other than Javon Kinlaw, because I think Javon Kinlaw going to be a stud. But other than Javon Kinlaw, Quan Martin is probably going to be a Pro Bowl safety. He has a very, very, very good chance at doing that. And I'm excited to see. And the coaches always talk about, they've been talking about him as a leader. As a leader, Quan Martin, not just what we see on the field, but as a leader in the locker room as well. So don't be surprised if going into the playoffs, because you know Dan Quinn like to switch up the captains every week during the regular season. But don't be surprised going into the playoffs that Quan Martin is probably one of those solidified captains on the defense. Because he's good. He's good. He's going into this third season, already talked about as being a leader, and he's getting better and better with each season. Now, one question I got on this safety though is Will Harris. Now, I like what I've seen so far this offseason and in the preseason from Will Harris. He's a violent arriver. He arrives at the play violently, right? He's a better coverage defender than Jeremy Chin, but Jeremy Chin might be a little bit more physical, a little bit more better in run stopping. But Jeremy Chin, to be honest, how many tackles did we see Jeremy Chin miss last season? Like, let's be real. He missed quite a few. So I don't think the bar is set too high for Will Harris. We just don't really know what to expect from Will Harris. I mean, in 2024, you know, he had 74 total tackles, 54 solo tackles, 4 run stuffs, and 1 interception. I don't know if he actually, I know he played in every game last season, or yeah, he played in every game last season, but I don't even know if he started most of those games, right? So I just didn't follow the Saints like that. But that's probably the only question mark that I have going into the 2025 season is how good is Will Harris going to be? Now I'm optimistic. Again, I don't think the bar is set too high coming from Jeremy Chin. And Jeremy Chin looked good over there for the Raiders, by the way. I think he's going to ball out for them. I think he fits better with what they got going on. But Will Harris, I think, is the only question mark. Now, with all that being said, now we went over the D-line, we went over the linebacker group, and we went over the cornerback and the safeties group, right? All those we just talk. I just put it straightforward for you. They all have improved. I think this defense is going to be at least top 7 in the league by the end of the season. Stamp it right now. Because first of all, the offense that we have, we're going to put up points. We're going to put up points, and we're going to put our defense in advantageous situations to take the ball away. Jaden Daniels is going to put up points. We were top 5 in points last season. I don't see why we don't continue to improve in that this season. If we're putting up points, that's going to put the heat on the other team to put up points, and that's going to put us in positions for them to, you know, that's going to put them in position to put the ball in the air, which in turn puts us in position to get takeaways, right? We improved on offense with better players. We improved on defense with better players. I just don't see how this defense doesn't take a big leap going into 2025. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Let me know if y'all agree. I want to know, man, like, do y'all think this defense takes this next step? Do y'all think Quan Martin makes the Pro Bowl this season? What is your favorite part about this defense going into the 2025 season that tells you, like, hey, I can't wait to see these players? Is it Trey Amos? Because Trey Amos excites me. We got a little taste of him in the preseason. We wanted to see him against the Bengals, but he was nursing a little slight injury. I think they just didn't want to put him out there to let teams know about him. But we got a little taste of him in the preseason. But who like, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what is your favorite part or your most exciting part about this defense heading into the season. I would like to know. I appreciate everybody who tuned into the stream, man. If you're catching it from the playlist, if you catch it after the time I stream it, please sub up, man. If you like the content I'm putting out, man. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace out.